show you carbohydrate sources because I get asked this question over and over again. What kind of carbs should I eat? People are so scared of carbs. You should not be scared of carbs. Carbs do not make you fat. If you gain weight, it's because you're eating more calories than you're burning, okay? And then to get results like you want, it's in appropriate amounts. You're making sure you're getting appropriate amounts of proteins, carbs, and fats, okay? Carbs are there for energy. Your brain loves carbs. It helps you sleep better. If your gut is in good spot, they're great for digestion. Carbs are fantastic for us, okay? It's just eating good quality carbs, not cakes, cookies, and all that kind of stuff. Not that there's not a place for them, but they should not be your regular sources of carbohydrates. Those should be peppered in among your diet. Your staples should be some of these things I'm getting ready to show you. First, oats. I love oats. I have a whole container dedicated to oats. I eat oats every single day. So you want to try to stick to old-fashioned oats or steel-cut oats. They do have the lowest glycemic index. And the glycemic index means how quickly it spikes your blood sugar, basically. So you want to stay on the lower side of things. So oats is a great carb source. Bread, people, eat bread. Eat whole grain bread. There's nothing wrong with bread. Eat it, okay? Beans. Beans are a great source of carbohydrate, protein, and fiber. So a lot of people think beans are protein. Well, no, beans are carbohydrates that contain protein. How do you know whether something is a carbohydrate, a protein, or fat? When you look at your nutrition panel on it, whichever one has the highest number. So on this one, okay, we have 2 grams of fat, 20 grams of carbohydrates, and 6 grams of protein. So the highest number is the 20 grams of carbohydrates. This makes this a carbohydrate that contains protein and fat and fiber, okay? So beans are a great source of carbohydrates. Rice stackers, I like this brand. And then I actually like Skinny Pop has some popcorn cakes, okay? Both of these guys, great source of carbohydrates. Veggies. Veggies are carbs, okay? Veggies are carbs. We have proteins, fats, and carbs, all right? So we have veggies as carbs, and then what we have are like your starchy carbs would be like your breads, your grains, your things like that. But vegetables are carbs, so eat your veggies, all right? Next is Bonza pasta. This is one that I recommend to clients, those that are big pasta fans. Try something like this or another brand or another chickpea brand or something like that. So these are made from chickpeas, so they are high in protein and fiber. Source of protein. They still have a good amount of carbohydrates in them like your regular pasta. You're just getting the added benefit of the protein and the fiber in this versus a regular wheat pasta or something like that that has just a very small amount of both. Like this one per serving has 5 grams of fiber and 13 grams of protein per serving. So something like this, especially if you put a sauce or something over it, I really guarantee you can't hardly tell the difference between this and your normal pasta, okay? All right, these guys, I love these O'Dowd's bagels. This is a great source of carbs. There's only 100 calories in each one, 19 carbs, and it has 3 grams of fiber and 2 grams of protein per bagel. So this is a great source of carbohydrate. You want to try and eat carbs the majority of the time that do have a protein and fiber attached to them. That again will help me. It means that it's lower on the glycemic index, and it'll help you hit your numbers, your protein and fiber for the day. Okay. Next, rice checks, corn checks. Big fan of these. These are low on the glycemic index. They're a high carbohydrate item. Again, these contain 2 grams of fiber and 3 grams of protein per serving. Great little thing to keep in store if you need to hit your carbs for the day. Next are your grains, and I just have 3 right now, but like white rice, brown rice, quinoa, couscous, any of those types of things are a great source of carbohydrate. Your couscous and your quinoa are going to have, they're going to be higher fiber, higher protein grains. Quinoa is actually a pasta, but couscous is actually a pasta, but they have more protein and fiber than typically your white rice. Your brown rice will have some fiber attached to it, but all are good. It just depends on what your numbers for your macros you're trying to hit that day, probably which grain you would choose. But I have all of these 3 regularly prepped and in my fridge for the day. So So hopefully this helps you pick some carbohydrates and realize that carbohydrates are not bad, especially when they're paired properly and in the portion size. They are great for you and you need them for fuel throughout the day. So eat your carbs.